Welcome to Wayne's World Garage. This is part 2 of Wayne's War on Idiots. But before we get started with the real content, I just wanted to say one or two words here. So years ago, many years ago, one of my colleagues said, "Wayne, you're a fag." I said, "Say what?" "A fag is a former action guy." I said, "Ah, well, thanks for that advice, Mike." Let me tell you a quick story from January 31st, 2003, Baghdad, Iraq. We were in Basra all day, and we got a flight back on a helicopter at midnight. And the guy said, "Hey, it's a little bit sketchy here driving up to Baghdad at night. You want to go?" I said, "Sure, we'll go." Went up there because it's New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, we get up to our facility, and then we hung out a little bit and had a great time. Next day, I hear the story about two Tier 1 operators. Sadly, they left our party, hit the concrete barrier at how many miles an hour, and they were inside an armored vehicle. You may think you're the toughest, meanest, baddest person out there. And when you drink, you get better. Reality is, problems are going to happen, and you're going to get hurt. Or worse yet, hurt somebody else or destroy my mailbox again. So what I'm doing here, I've got the old post out of the ground. We're ready to put this new post in, but the post has to attach to the aluminum post which goes on top of this. Normally this is a 4x4 piece of wood. So what I did is I welded up this big steel. See my old video. But now what I need to do is I want to drill a couple holes in here and tap it with 1/2-inch bolts so that I can secure the aluminum post, which comes with a fancy mailbox, to this piece of steel. So that's what we're doing. All right, so sometimes when we're tapping holes, people struggle to get them in straight. The first step is to buy a decent tap where it's tapered significantly. Second step is put it in something which you know is 90 degrees, which is exactly what I have here. So I know I'm at 90, and I'm just getting started here. I'm not going to go nuts here. And at least get a few turns in this thing. And, what are you putting this thing on here for? I'm putting this so I can get a good grip on it, because I just want to spin it a couple turns to get my threads started. There you go. And pretty much now when I'm started, I know I'm going to be downtown to keep it straight for the rest of the tapping process. So this is not real hard, but turn it one turn, then back it off a little bit to free up the metal chips that are in it. And if it gets too hard, don't keep twisting, because you'll snap it off. And it's not the Snap-on brand either, the Snap-off brand. They're Irwins. I really like the Irwin taps. Oh, is that nice? Ooh-wee. Beautiful. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Okay, let me do the next one. All right, happy Sunday. It's almost 1 o'clock. I joined Jared and his wife Patty for lunch. He took the M37, we took the Power Wagon. That way I could pour concrete when it's even hotter out. I don't know what it is, but I'm not doing anything. I'm sweating already. It's hot out here. But I think we're in pretty good shape. I got to double check everything I've got here. And I think then we're ready to pour some concrete. So just double checking that this here level, that's important, that this level, But I have some adjustment also on this thing when I've got some adjustment on this guy when we put some concrete in the hole. So I'll put some concrete in the hole and we'll play around with it some, but that looks pretty good right now. So I think I'm pretty close to being ready to mix up some concrete, and let's see how it goes. And the concrete mixer, by the way, is a Manuel. Usually Manuel is a Spanish guy. In this case, it's a German guy. Let me get cracking here. All right, well, the hose does not quite reach, but it's close enough. And I use these 60-pound bags because they're a little bit easier for the old geezers to move around. Suppose I could put 2 in here at once, but I think that's probably not such a... Let's start with 1 and see what happens. There we go. All right. And Inky, get back in here. Get in here. Inky, come here. Come on, get inside. Good girl. You can't just leave like that, Inky. You just leave whenever you feel like it. Where'd you learn that one from? Your sister. In case you don't think it's hot outside, let me know. All right, well, fortunate for you, I've spared you the excitement of watching me mix concrete, which frankly is a little bit of a pain in the neck, but that's okay. It looks like this thing is straight as an arrow, perpendicular to the Hoosier. So now all I do is smooth it off a little bit. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Well, to do this right, I should take off this piece of wood here. How's that gonna work out? This looks pretty nice, doesn't it? I will let it dry before I try and do homework to it. Does that look nice? Woo-wee. I don't know what else I can do with this. Just let it go. Check one more time on the level. I've got a little adjusting thing here, but I'm not going to do that now. Put that in the hole. What I want to do is take off the these sides if I can. If I can't, I can't. But let's check one more time. It looks good. Got the right distance. What I should have done is had this chick who hit the mailbox. I should have had her pick up the glass and mix concrete. Then maybe she wouldn't be so enthusiastic to go parting it. So we want 21 inches from here. Oh yeah, that's good. So the good news is, since I'm redoing this, I'll put it back a little bit further than it was before. So now the front of the mailbox will be on my side of the curb. That looks pretty good for government work. So I don't know, do you think this is going to work, half-inch steel here? I'm a little bit stupid than I want to be on my last mix, but that's the way it goes, guys. All right, well, no concrete job would be done without smoothing this off a little bit. And it's dried some. And I think we can try this, and I'm not very good at this, but we'll give it a shot and see how this works. Check it out. That's kind of cool. All right, well, that was nice. Soda, not beer. At least not yet. Because the woman who hit this had plenty of beers for all of us. Still might be a little bit wet for this, huh? Yeah, I think we're a little bit wet, but let's give it a shot. I can just come back and do it again. I will do this one more time when it dries a little bit more, but let me, there we go. Still kind of soupy. But it will look nice when I'm done. It already looks pretty good. I'm not going to touch it because the gig is here is the more you touch it, the more the water comes up top. So I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. And I'll come back. But I think it's looking swimmingly well. Somebody asked, how'd you hit this without hitting the flowers? Popo asked the same thing. He said, I can't believe she hit the flowers. How'd she hit the mailbox? And it turns out, the way her wheels were, she hit the mailbox apparently square on and just missed the flowers. So good for her. You missed the flowers. All you hit was a mailbox. That was enough. I think. I don't know. 1/2-inch steel is big enough. I wish I had 1-inch steel. And a couple guys made some good suggestions. I don't have it though. I wish I had some spring steel, like a coil. Next time that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to coil out of a car and weld that up to this thing. That's what I should have done. That would have been hilarious. All right, YouTubers. Welcome to Wayne's War on Idiots, Part 2. No, my name is not Otto. So, FedEx delivered the new post today. They delivered the new bracket. Check this out. Check out the old one. See any difference? All busted up. I can recycle it. These are really nice mailboxes, but you gotta check these threads out. So I checked all the threads out and ran the little screws through them ahead of time. And what I did is I took a piece of the old post, which is broken, and I checked my holes because I didn't want to be drilling in this and screw it up. Not that I've ever done anything bad like that. Well, maybe I have. So anyway, measure this, and hopefully, hope's not a plan, but hopefully it's going to work out. And now I just put it in this vise. And it's a nice day outside. It's maybe 80 some odd degrees. Not as humid as it before, but I'm still sweating like a slit pig. So put it in your big vise, crank it down a little bit. What I like to do on these guys is put a piece of wood in the front and a piece in the back. In the back, it's important to use black walnut. Just kidding. Black walnut, because that's what we had lying around. With the smaller drill bits, you want to crank it a little bit quicker. Ooh, nice. Next one. Ooh-wee. Those are sharp drill bits. So, I don't know whether you'll be able to see this. This is something, hopefully, some of you guys will learn how to do is sharpen drill bits. It's a 4-faceted sharpening. You know, you can do it in a grindstone. There's tons of people on the interweb that can do it better than I can, but it'll work all right. And since this is a bigger drill bit, I can go slower. It'll fit on here. That's a good start. That's a good start. All right. What do you think of that, huh? All right, well, my bad. So if you see this little bolt down there, and it was gonna hit these guys, I thought I just had to file some. No, I took the little grinder We ground it out. So let's see how it fits now. And I could have left it the way it was, but then it would have looked like some kindergartner did the project. And I don't want that. But oh, does that look nice? Beautiful. Nice. I like it. Tighten this guy down. He's already snug. Tighten this guy down. So the only thing I'm missing is I'd like to put a claymore mine here and here, and with a little tripwire right at the curb, so if they hit it, they will know it. I'm not sure she knew what she hit, frankly. So let me now put this bracket back on. We are close to calling this project done. Oh, look at that. So now, I hope I'm back. There we go. I'll leave this low one loose because I'm just going to have to take it out again anyway once I hit it again, won't I? Make sure I got 4 more screws. 4 more screws. So now, let me get the mailbox. All right, now for the moment of truth. Is this thing going to become close to working or not? I've got these 4 little Allen screws, metric, 4 millimeter, all going in their holes. As good as new. Oh, we got one more thing. Stand by. It's done. Finished. Rock solid. And this is a little bit further back from the curb, so you have to actually jump the curb to hit it, which, if you look at the video, she did a very, very excellent job of doing. But it's done now. Hopefully everybody will like it. And another project done. Wayno's War on Idiots is now finished, but I've got a half-hour cleanup to do to put away all my stuff, as always. Anyway, thanks for watching.